So, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is one of the best Mario games. Personally, I prefer Super Mario Odyssey, but I don't discredit that game because it's amazing. I find it many times better than the original game. And I want to talk if it would actually have a future on Nintendo Switch. But this is going to contain some spoilers for the Super Mario Bros. 35th Anniversary Direct. So if you haven't watched that video, and you don't know about the announcements in it, I suggest you should click off this video and watch that video so you wouldn't get spoiled, because I don't want to spoil anybody with the announcements. Okay, you have been warned. Let's get back to the video. So basically, what I wanted to say is that in the collection, they included 3 Mario games: Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. And they really missed Super Mario Galaxy 2, because I understand not missing it in the collection, even though it would be really, really cool to see every single mainline home console Mario game on one system. But the thing is that in the history of Super Mario games where they show off every Mario game, they did not show off Mario Galaxy 2, which is pretty worrying for the future of the game, because it seems like Nintendo kind of forgot about it, which is a shame, really, because it's a mainline Mario game. And it was, even though it was a sequel, it was really important in the Wii's life, because it's one of the best-selling games on the Wii, and people love the game to bits. So just ignoring it like that is very worrying for the future of the game. So basically, I don't really see the game coming to Nintendo Switch anytime soon, because yeah, they omitted it, they completely ignored it in the collection, which is probably like one of the fewest times we're ever gonna see these games on Nintendo Switch, or any classic game on Nintendo Switch, even from the N64, GameCube, and Wii era. So these may be the only times where these games from these consoles actually show up on the Switch. But maybe Nintendo will actually create the Virtual Console like they did with the NES and Super Nintendo online free things, you know, where you pay for online and you get the free NES and Super Nintendo games in reward, and you need to keep paying for online in order to have them forever. So what I want to say is that probably the only way that Nintendo is gonna actually make this game playable on the Switch, like they did with Super Mario Galaxy, is literally releasing it through the Virtual Console program as they did with the NES and SNES. But the problem is that they need to release many more consoles. They need to release the Game Boy, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64. They need to release all these consoles because they seem to be taking the Virtual Console games in order. And it also seems that they completely forgot about it because they didn't even give it the basic credit. So even if they release the Virtual Console, I don't think we're gonna see any Super Mario Galaxy 2, maybe. Maybe they will, but we gotta get the fans to do this because Nintendo just kind of like forgets about stuff, but us fans acknowledge it, and Nintendo kind of reminds about it. And I have seen no one talk about this. I've seen no one talk about the absence of Super Mario Galaxy 2 in the Direct, which is very worrying because that game is so good. But don't take my word for it. Like, if you think what happened was kind of like how it was expected or something, it's completely fine. But I personally think that that game should get at least a little acknowledgement since it's a main series game and not a spin-off. But don't take it from me, take it from my friend Mystic Mushroom. Hello, Mystic.
Hello, Rush. So, as a really, really big fan of Galaxy 2, as one of my childhood games, I'm trying not to be biased about, the game in general, because I firmly believe it's better than the original in every single conceivable way, besides the story being a bit worse.
Dumbed down.
My opinion, though, the public opinion of Galaxy 2 has definitely brought Nintendo the choice of not including it in the 3D collection, but not only, just kind of ignoring its existence in general, and that's really worrying. Because the public opinion is is that Galaxy 2 is just essentially Galaxy 1, but a retelling and with Yoshi, and that's about it.
Which is
When in
not true.
reality, it's not.
Yeah, it has so much
Galaxy
more
2
content.
adds so many much better levels, it adds so much better music, it adds Yoshi, it adds a lot of new power-ups, it adds all these cool things, and yeah, it's exactly like Galaxy 1 gameplay-wise, because it's a damn sequel. Majora's Mask is basically Ocarina of Time 2, but you don't see people complaining about Majora's Mask 3D being made, even though basically Ocarina of Time 3D. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it's a sequel, and obviously the gameplay is going to be similar. And I get why. If they have to include just one of the Galaxy games, it's obvious they're going to include the first one. It's conceived as the better one, it's always mentioned, it's overrated as fuck, and just all these other things that the public thinks. But Galaxy 2 is just kind of shafted because a lot of the time fans just kind of ignore it or just put it in the pile of forgotten Mario games. When in reality it's not. And it really is scary for the future of the game, because as we all know, Nintendo loves ports. And in a future console, when the Wii is going to be old enough to get its own virtual console games, on like a future console, Galaxy 2 will probably not be included.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's just trying to ignore it.
That's like the thing about it, because Super Mario Galaxy 2, in a way, it's kind of underrated, but at the same time, people love the crap out of the game. So I don't know what to say, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's a bright future for it.
Personally, I also think that the people that are calling Nintendo fans entitled for wanting Galaxy 2 in the 3D collection are kind of idiots. This really reminds me of the Pokemon Sword and Shield situation, where people wanted the Index. People were complaining about people wanting the Index, and it's just a bunch of banter.
Yeah,
on
it's
Twitter
just,
for no reason.
Yeah, it's just kind of a bunch of shakeups in the community, which don't really make sense because the community is supposed to be united about everything. But at the same time, like, Sword and Shield was a big controversy. But we're not here to talk about Sword and Shield. We're here to talk about Super Mario Galaxy 2. But it's kind of similar in a way.
Hopefully this will not turn into that controversy. That would really suck, considering I'm probably in the minority here. But, yeah.
I'm also in the minority.
Like, Nintendo, don't know why you decided to completely ignore Galaxy 2 as if it really doesn't exist. You included 3D Land, even though, no offense, 3D Land, you're a good game, but nobody cares about it. Well, at least not many people do.
Yeah, because
they still included it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like Galaxy 2 is much more ambitious. Like, people say that people don't give Galaxy 2 enough credit because, like, Super Mario 3D Land actually has a lot of the mechanics from Super Mario Galaxy 2. For example, the flip switches, or because Galaxy 2 added a bunch of new stuff. Even though that stuff may be just overlooked by the fact that the gameplay is kind of the same, but at the same time they made new levels which are more creative and more out of the box in my opinion, and they aren't like some. Don't get me wrong, Mario Galaxy is a great game, very solid, I love it, but
oh yeah,
it has some
100%.
levels which are like a bit boring, and Galaxy 2, well, like, there are some levels which aren't perfect. The ones that are perfect are at least still alright, and they're not downright bad or boring. But I mean, that's maybe just be biased since we just prefer Galaxy 2 over Galaxy 1, but the point I'm trying to make is that they are ignoring this game, which was pretty important, to be honest, because while it didn't flesh out the story as much as the first game did, it was a important game for Nintendo, because, like, Super Mario Galaxy 2 kind of established some things that weren't in Galaxy 1 to create kind of like the full package. Like,
they spent time on making Galaxy 2. They made it.
Yeah,
and they just kind of ignored it completely.
Yeah, like, I like that people think that only Galaxy 2 is nothing but Galaxy 1. Well, keep in mind that it was supposed to be nothing but Galaxy 1, but they had so many ideas that it couldn't make it. Like, the game had so much new stuff that it literally couldn't fit on an expansion card.
It was supposed to be an expansion to Galaxy 1. It's supposed to be Galaxy 1.5. Listen, Twitter losers, that's not a point to make against Galaxy 2's not being included. That's not a valid point. Just because it was supposed to be an expansion doesn't mean shit. Majora's Mask could have easily just been an expansion to Ocarina of Time, but they were like, let's add time travel, why not? And then they just kind of made it its own thing. So, yeah, that's not really a valid point.
Yeah, and especially that means that, like, people who say that Galaxy 2 doesn't add anything to Mario, it actually really does. Because if you heard the development story, it was literally supposed to be like Mario Galaxy more, basically, but they had so many new ideas that they just couldn't put them all in one game. So that, like, Galaxy 2 has so many new ideas from the first one, and people just overlook them.
And how about you people look at it this way? Y'all probably like Odyssey, right? Odyssey's a great game, fantastic. It's got good music, it's got good levels, it's got everything.
It's
right?
My favorite Mario game. Like one of my favorite games of all time.
What if an Odyssey 2 comes out and people think the same that they did for Galaxy 2? What happens then? Think about it that way. Because what if Nintendo is just gonna keep ignoring the sequels that they make just because they didn't live up to the original?
Well, that would be a shame, really.
That could easily happen.
To be honest, for a Odyssey 2, it's kind of Galaxy 2, like, it's kind of hype because they can make, like, different levels and stuff. You can visit different worlds. That's the thing about Mario Galaxy 2, especially it's different right out of the game because you aren't really in space. You're mostly in this place where there are, like, clouds and blue skies and stuff, and they have all this new stuff in the game. People just overlook it. They don't give it enough credit. Heck,
exactly, and they're just blinded, in my opinion, by Galaxy 1's story being really good, and Galaxy 2's just being a retelling. So they're like, screw it, the entire game is a retelling, and the entire game sucks. When, no, first of all, you've probably never played it if that's your idea of it, and two, it's not like that. I suggest, since Galaxy 2 is not in the collection, sadly, and it probably won't be unless it's DLC later on, maybe that's why it's a limited time release, but whatever. I suggest you go get a Wii or something and play Galaxy 2, because it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. Enjoy it, and yeah. That's about it, really.
Yeah, that's about the thing with Galaxy 2. I mean, sure, people love it, but I feel like it doesn't get enough credit, because I just hear people just blindly hating on it, because guess what? It's a sequel, and sequels are bad, man. Or that, like, it's just Mario Galaxy, but it's supposed to be a sequel. What are you expecting, really? And that doesn't really mean that Mario Galaxy 2 is bad. I actually really prefer to the first one, mostly because, like, it's a bit more linear in a way, but at the same time, that's why it is so good. It is so compact, it is snappy. Like, the hub world isn't big, like, I don't know if that's only a problem with me, but I found the hub world in Super Mario Galaxy to be quite a bit big and confusing at times. That's why I kind of got stuck in the game. Well, in Mario Galaxy 2, you just fucking hop on the platform and just the fat blue. No, it wasn't blue. It was purple. The fat purple guy just tells you, "Yo, go over here, defeat the bad guy. Fuck you, bye."
Yeah.
And
there's a lot more things to do.
Yeah, there's a lot more things to do,
but it's a bit small.
Yeah, it's a bit linear, but like it's linear for the better in a way because. Love it or hate it, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was also a linear game. It was just that this is more linear because the hub world is just smaller. Yeah, I literally just said that Mario Galaxy is also a linear game. And and basically, like, Mario Galaxy 2 being a little more linear, with like the world being more compact. I think that Super Mario Galaxy 2 really improves upon the formula of the first one, and also with the added new stuff and levels, it's kind of a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nintendo just overlooks it. I don't know why though. I know it's a sequel, but at the same time, if you think about it, Mario 3D Land and World aren't even that different.
Not really, no, they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're kind of really similar. But in a way, I mean, it's obvious that 3D Land and World are much more hated than Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 not because they're the same, it's because people don't like the fact that the games are more 2D than 3D and that they're linear
people don't
and
like
stuff.
that.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're not here to talk about these, we're here to talk about... Yeah, so that was kind of the video. Basically, there's no good future for this game. There's absolutely no good future for this game.
And it's scary.
Yeah,
but it's not just scary for Galaxy 2. In my opinion, it's scary for any sequel.
Yeah, it's scary for maybe Wii games in general, actually. Because I'm surprised how the last generation of console, the Wii U, actually had Wii Virtual Console. Even though it had Wii support, it also had Wii Virtual Console. If you just wanted Wii games to be more expensive and not pull out your brother's hanky-pankies.
Also, look closely at the 3D All-Stars logo. Like, there's a bit of gold white space. You could easily slap Galaxy 2 there, and then put the logo right smack dab in the middle. And the logo would look so nice, so clean. Nice even number of games, that's great. And 3D Land could get added later down the line, because it's also kind of an old game, I guess. So yeah, it could have easily done that, but no, let's ignore Galaxy 2 for no reason. People might say, like, space issues, or, I don't know, stuff like, oh, it's a limited release, they might add it later.
Like, come on, Nintendo, space issues, just make your space better, dude. It ain't that hard. Take a look at the Xbox, take a look at the PlayStation, it got fucking 1 terabyte out of the gate. You can pull so much Fortnite ass with that. No.
The entire game is only 4 gigs. You could easily just add Galaxy 2, it would be, what, 5? 5. At the very maximum 6. Like, I don't know shit about storage or whatever, but Galaxy 2, yes, it's a big game with all the green stars and everything, but
like, come on, if people say it's so samey to Galaxy, then it must mean that it has kind of a similar storage to Galaxy, even though the games are kind of samey. But, like, I feel like Mario Galaxy 2, as I said many times earlier, that is more innovative and more fun.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. We got almost 20 minutes of content.
This turned into a discussion. This is the secret episode 4 to the V-Bros podcast.
Shut up, that thing's dead. Okay, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to Mystic Mushroom. He makes